Welcome back. And for our guest for Who Is Today, we've got a very talented, multifaceted guy with us. One of my very own people as well here in the media industry. He is none other than DJ Love, and also known as Kingsley Dilla. He's right here with us in the house. How are you doing, Kingsley?
I'm all right, thanks. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Nice.
It's definitely a pleasure to have you here.
It's always great to have somebody like you hosting me.
Pleasure.
Sure.
So this is something that a lot of people don't know about you. They don't know the face to the name.
Exactly.
So some people may even pass you by if they actually don't know much about you on social media. But just give us an insight of when you actually started radio.
So I would go back to I think primary school days.
Okay.
Through children's day broadcasting and whatnot. But fast forward, I officially got employed with Malawi Broadcasting Corporation in 2013. So I can proudly say I've been on radio for like 10 years now. This is my 11th year.
Wow.
Yeah, so 2013 to 2024, this is my 11th year now. Yeah, sure.
So it's something that you actually grew up feeling like, you know what, I can do radio.
I would say yes. I remember there were moments in school where you know how like growing up, teachers will go like, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up and whatnot. And I have one kind of what I would say embarrassing moment, but in a way motivating moment.
Sure.
Yeah. So I'm in class. I remember I'm in Form 1. Is it Form 1, Form 2 that time? So the teacher points at me. He's like, okay, what do you want to be when you grow up? I'm like, I want to work for radio too. And everybody's laughing at me.
Really?
I really got embarrassed. I'm like, okay, so these people think I can't do this thing, you know, that kind of a thing. But in a way, I remember going home, talking to mom and whatnot. I was like, no, just work towards it and whatnot. In a way, it motivated me, but I was really embarrassed from that particular day. So yeah, to answer your question, I think it's something that goes way back. I really wanted. Yeah. And particularly, I wanted radio too in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, being there now, to me, it's a dream come true.
So was it something that was popular? Maybe was it popular for you to say that I want to work on radio among your age group at the time?
In my class,
a lot of people would go for like a lawyer.
Exactly. So it's funny. In my class, we were just the two of us.
Okay.
It was me and I think Natasha. It was just the two of us who really wanted to end up on radio. Unfortunately, Nata switched. She's into a different sector altogether. Okay. So yeah, for some people, it was common to say that. But for some, like I said, everybody wanted to be a pilot at some point. I mean, let's face it, some wanted to be doctors, lawyers, engineers, and whatnot. And yeah, in my class, I think we were just the two of us. Yeah, sure.
All right, so take us back to when you actually got to feel what radio looks like and how you actually do it.
Okay, I'm gonna skip the children's part of broadcasting. I'll go straight to being on radio 2FM.
I feel like that part is important.
It's very important?
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of the audience, let's take it back to that. Okay, for Children's Day of Broadcasting, so I'll take it back to when Joy Radio was, I think, 2 years into the industry. Okay. So it's a situation where I think in Form 2 now. I had just written my JCE. Yeah. So I'm on holiday, I'm home, I'm listening to Joy Radio, and then there is a promo. Tune into Joy Radio, you have kids on radio and whatnot. Yeah. I'm like, damn, how did I miss this? I remember with my courage and confidence, I took a bus from Napoli. Okay. They were at in Hadley House that time. So I came through. No, before they moved to Napoli, they were just in town, Hadley House. So I came through. I don't know where the confidence was coming from. So I go to the reception. I'm like, I'm Kingsley. How may we help you? Now I heard an advert. You have kids and whatnot. How can I be part of this? So this receptionist looks at me. He's like, how old are you? And then I'm like, I'm 15. Are you interested in radio? Yeah. I'm like, yes. And then she's like, okay, wait, my boss is a little busy. So in my mind, I'm like, one of those moments where people just want to keep you waiting, and then, they're not going to help you out. And then 30 minutes or so, she's like, you know what? The boss is a little tied up. Can you just leave a contact? Then I don't even have a phone. Yeah. So I left my dad's contact and I left. And I forgot about it. I go home. I'm at the ground playing. These guys call my dad. Me, I have forgotten everything. Your son, so. Cut the long story short, they explained to him how I came through, and then I was willing to participate, and then they just had to confirm that I have my parents, they have the consent to operate, they give a go ahead.
Yeah.
So I'm back home, 5, 6, mom and dad calls me. Where did you go in the afternoon? I have forgotten.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I was like, no, where did you go?
This was long after that.
King, we got a call.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I went to Joy Radio. They called, yes, they want you there on Sunday. I'm like, yo, it was 10th of the, and I was really excited.
So what did your parents think about that?
Have
they been supportive?
They've been very supportive. I can say they've been very, very supportive. Not only my parents, even my brothers and my sisters.
Okay.
They've been very, very supportive to my career and everything. So I came through on a Sunday. I remember meeting the late Ken Eclipse. May his soul keep resting. He helped me big time. Gloria Banda helped me big time and whatnot. So I participated on that particular day. Since I think I wasn't really in their plan to actually be part of the team.
Yeah.
But I was given a 30 minutes music interlude and I presented sports on that particular day.
Wow.
It was really exciting. And Ken Eclipse is the one who said, when you're done with that music interlude, can you please meet me? So I met Ken Eclipse and then he's like, can you talk to your parents so that maybe you can be coming every Sunday? That was my beginning. That was my beginning. So I talked to mom and dad. They're like, yeah, no problem. Because I was underage. In Malawi, you have to be 18 and above for you to work. So I was underage. So I talked to my mom and dad. They were like, yeah, it's fine. Then I started doing a program called the Teen Revolution. Okay. And I was just 15, 16 years at that time.
You were hosting it all?
Yeah, I was hosting. No, I was doing it with Precious Newele. We were directed by Maria Mumbwana at that time and Gloria Banda. So I did that for about a year or so. But then mom and dad were like, nah. You need to concentrate on school. Then I was now in Form 3. So I had to go back to school, do my Form 3 and then my Form 4. Yeah, after that, I was still passionate about radio. That's
so what name were you going under at the time?
At that time, I wasn't even excited about having like a radio name. But I was just Kingsley. I was just Kingsley and whatnot. Yeah. So after that, fast forward, writing my MSCE, getting into doing tertiary education, joined a Fun Line Mix at Radio 2 FM. Yeah, and that's where I even got exposed to a lot of broadcasting ethics, what to do, what not to do. I made a very good team at NBC. I've been groomed by people who have been very supportive. You know, people like Frank Kandu, Steve Dewey, Banda, Chembezi Mohoni, Francis Kapili, Joy Natu, Ephraim. They've been a very good team. Like a team that when you're doing Fun Line Mix, you had like, say, 30 minutes time to showcase your skill. Okay. And then with time, maybe you were given a time to come at midnight to 4 in the morning. These are people who would still listen to me at that time, you know, and they'll call you, say in the afternoon, okay, this went fine, but you need to improve on that. Like that, we kept learning and everything. And yeah, until 2013, when I got my later, it was really, oh my word, dream come true. Yeah, sure. True.
All right, so you've been in this for 11. This is your 11th.
This is my 11th year, particularly 1st of September. I will mark 11 years.
You even remember the dates. I remember. That is wild.
That's how so passionate I am.
That is so wild.
Yeah, sure.
So you're in this in your 11th year.
Yeah, sure.
From that time that you started up until now, how do you look at media so far, and where do you think we're getting it right, or where do you think we're getting it wrong as well?
It's a tricky one.
Yeah?
That's a tricky one. I'm going to be honest. I know criticism will come through and whatnot, but my take is I think we're going backwards. I would say, okay, let me start with the positive side. I would say positively, it's good because we have a whole lot more radios coming through, and then we have our whole lot more TV stations coming through.
Do you think that's a good thing, though?
It is a good thing because it's creating job opportunities. Because let's face it, we have a lot more people graduating, be it from the MOBAs doing journalism, some from the Malawi Institute of Journalism. If we still had, say just Times, NBC, Zodiac, I think that wouldn't incorporate everybody in the industry. But the opening of other radio stations, community radios and whatnot, I think it's opened opportunities for those who are maybe just graduating from school and everything, which is job creation. It's a positive thing. But I'm thinking with what I learned, I've been taught by people who've been in the industry for so long professionally. Yeah. I think we're lacking a lot of professionalism. It's a problem.
In what sense?
How do I put this? I'm thinking it's gotten to an extent, especially with radios. I wouldn't say much about TV. It's gotten to an extent where I think most people are on radio because they just have to fill the gap. You understand?
It's not about passion.
It's not about passion. I like that. It's not about passion. The way I was taught, if you're in the media or say a journalist and whatnot, you have to be passionate about current affairs. You don't need to concentrate on one area only. You just have to, you have to be passionate. You need to read a lot, watch a lot, pay attention to what is happening, not only in Malawi, Africa as a whole, the world at large, what is happening. You just have to be aware. You can't know everything, but at least have a wider knowledge of what current affairs is all about.
Sure.
I don't see much of that in most radio personalities. I have to be honest.
Yeah.
No disrespect to nobody.
Where have you actually
Sorry?
Where have you actually listened to such?
I'm not gonna mention. I'm gonna give an example.
Is it popular? Popular?
It's a popular. It's a popular media house. It was really okay. You're on radio. You know how you feel when you are what? Say you're in a minibus.
Yeah.
You're listening to a particular radio station, and then somebody makes a mistake. Like, oh my word! It feels like it's you.
Secondhand embarrassment.
Exactly, that kind of a feeling. And it was a big radio station with a huge following.
Yeah.
I wasn't just expecting that kind of a mistake to come from.
What happened? Do you remember what happened?
I do remember, since we're not mentioning the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a scenario. I was talking about paying attention to what? Current affairs and getting to know things. So in radio, let's get back to the fact that if you don't know it, don't say it. That's the way out. If you don't know it, if you're not so sure about it, it's as good as just playing music. It's fine.
True.
So I'm listening to this radio station. I'm in a minibus, and it's not long ago. I think just last week or 2 weeks ago. And then this person goes like, I think they're doing a Chichewa program. It's like a combination of bizarre stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then it goes like, Panoba no Chilo Philadelphia. I'm like, oh my word, Philadelphia is not a country. It's a state. You understand? Philadelphia is not a country, bros. It's a state. You understand? Now, it's bad in a sense that people take what they hear on radio as gospel truth.
True.
You understand? Think of a layman, say, in a particular rural area. If I go or you go and tell them, Philadelphia is not a country, it's a state, will they listen to you or they will trust what they heard on radio? Definitely. You get it.
Yeah.
So that's just an example of where I think people are lacking passion in what they're doing. Yeah, which is a problem. But on the positive side, I love the coming in of media houses in the country. It's a very good development altogether. I mean, you can see in our friends' countries, say Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, a lot more media houses, which is a very positive move altogether. And not to talk about how so positive it is, in a sense that it's giving opportunity to people to speak out. You know, they have the right to express their views, calling programs and whatnot. So I think in a nutshell, that's what I can say.
I love how you mentioned other countries like Zambia and South Africa, because when you look at the media in these countries, it seems like they're well respected and well appreciated in terms of just honing the way they hone their craft and the way they're on air, and in terms of accolades and financially as well.
Definitely.
Let me take you back here on the local scene. When you compare it to Minama Bangajina, Zambia and South Africa, do you think that we still have a long way to go?
Yeah, definitely we have a long way to go. Definitely we have a long way to go. You in the industry,
yes,
people like you and me and all other radio personalities or TV personalities watching us even right now, they would actually say yes and agree to this. I think we are not recognized the way we are supposed to be recognized. You go just like Zambia or Mozambique, you would be shocked. I've got a friend of mine who traveled to Mozambique. They were doing a training with a media house in Mozambique. It's like, King, I was shocked with. So there is a car park of presenters, special.
A car park.
This car park is for presenters. So you have the directors and whatnot. They have but this car park is for presenters. The King, the cheapest car I saw was a VW.
No way.
You understand? It's just Mozambique.
No way.
You understand? So there is like, tell me where in Malawi you can go to a media house and then you find a car park of presenters. You understand? No, let's not run away from the fact that presenters have cars.
Yeah, they do.
But a car park of presenters. You understand?
Yeah.
Not only that, I also have a friend of mine who went to Botswana, told me the same. King, I went to Botswana. For him, I think the parents were there, so I think his dad was doing a PhD and whatnot. So he had an opportunity to go through some of the media houses as well. He's like, King, we're so far away. As presenters, be it on radio or TV, I think we don't really get what we are supposed to get. You understand? I think we are far away. Maybe in years' time, maybe those who are 2 or 5 now. But as of
At
now,
2 or 5 now, that's a long time.
Honestly, because that's the more reason you find that. Of course, we trying to take the pace that is taken by our friends in other countries. Yeah, the more reason you find that most of us in the media, we are also hosting events and whatnot. We're still trying to capitalize on our financial stand. Let's face it.
Yeah,
you understand. That's a fact on the ground. If we people were really recognized, say the way footballers are, netballers or actors, actresses are. I think it would have been very scarce people to meet.
Yeah.
You understand?
It's true.
So that's
not a lie.
Yeah. So basically that's that.
All right. So I read a post somewhere, a very upcoming, growing guy in the media as well. He's very good. And I won't mention the media house, but
yeah, sure.
He posted something on social media saying there's a lot of brown envelope journalism that's going on around. What do you think about that?
Well, I wouldn't say yes. I wouldn't say no. Why am I saying this? Because if I say yes, somebody would say prove it. If I say no, somebody would also say prove it. But I would say there is a possibility. There is a possibility. And the more reason would be the fact that I think media personnel do not really get what they deserve. You understand? I'm going to give you a different, example altogether. I'll make sure it's not from Malawi anyway. Let's say if say you're traveling to the US, you understand? Say you have a visa that's expired. So at the port of entry, you want to bribe one of the immigration guys. If you had with you say 50,000, would they let you in? No, I'm just asking. Will they let you in because they're giving them 50K? Malawi kwacha for that matter.
Yeah.
Are you sure they'll let you in with 50K Malawi kwacha? Convert that to Malawi kwacha. Anyway, the answer is no.
Yeah.
Why would they not accept that? Probably this person is getting more than what you're giving them. You understand?
Yeah.
You get? So if you're to bribe that kind of a person, you need to beat that. I don't know how many times. You understand?
Yeah.
So I'll get back to why I'm saying there is a possibility and to what I explained earlier. Say that I think media personnel do not really get exactly what they deserve. And maybe that's the more reason there is a possibility of brown influence going around. I should say that.
Okay.
Have I answered your question?
Yeah. It kind of makes sense.
It does make sense, yeah.
It kind of makes sense.
Thank you. Yeah,
all right,
sure.
so you're a DJ.
Yeah,
Love.
sure.
You're always on air. Obviously, you play music, Malawian music as well.
Yeah, sure.
There are instances where Antu, they come out on social media, especially my artist, Dana.
Exactly.
On social media, and then they say, "Goody, my DJ and drama
Okay.
Have you ever been in such a circumstance where somebody's trying to accuse you, or has someone ever approached you?
Approached me.
Here's money, play my music.
That happens every day. That happens every day, where somebody says, okay, how much can I give you for you to play my music? So my response has always been simple. You're giving me money to play your song, puts me in a corner, especially if your song is not good. You understand? If your song is not good, I'm cornered in a way that I just have to play the song because I have to abide to the fact that you gave me money. You understand? But if you give me your song, excuse me, and then I listen to it, the song is not good, I will tell you I don't think the song is fit for my airplay. You get? For instance, say at NBC, I'm known to be in love, or better yet, in support of Afro music, Malawian Afro.
Yeah.
If you're doing Afro kind of music, you have a very easy way to get your music onto my program. Somebody sends me, say, hip-hop music, R&B and whatnot. I'll tell them, talk to Joy or James. They've got Men on Monday, they've got Bone and Braid. Me, I rarely play a hip-hop song. I rarely play. So if somebody sends me a reggae song, I'll go like, talk to Radio Rasta, Mother. It's going to help you accordingly. So I've specifically focused on that particular music genre. So in relation to that, people always say, let me give you this, or how much can I give you? It's always coming like that. I wouldn't say there haven't been scenarios where somebody has given me money and said yes, but I've always said, okay, if you're giving me money, give me as a token of appreciation and not today. If you really think I've given you, or I've had that impact on your career, you can always come back. And I've had people come through I've had people come through like, you know what, bro, I think you've really done a good job on my promotion and whatnot. I've had a couple of people come through, but I'm not going to be in a scenario where somebody says, okay, give me, get this kind of amount so you play your song, my song and whatnot. No, because when the song is whack, so they want me to play it, say that song that is not well produced on a program like Sunset Drive Breakfast Show. My boss is gonna call like, DJ Lab, what is that? I trust your judgment. What is wrong with you? You get it? Because remember, with Radio 2 FM, you're not gonna go there and find a playlist. They trust your judgment. They say, okay, if Lucy, you're going to transmission at 6 till 9 in the morning, they have believed and they trust that your music selection will be on point. What you talk about will be on point. So you don't want to disappoint your bosses who have fully trusted you to actually. And by the way, I love telling people that not only are you looking forward to disappointing your boss, and remember, under NBC, you're working for the Minister of Information.
Imagine.
So you don't want to disappoint the minister. You get it? So you want to disappoint the whole Ministry of Information because your judgment wasn't on point? No, it doesn't go like that.
Do you think that is something that weighs on you to actually strive to do better when you're actually behind the mic?
I would say yes.
Yeah.
Because for me, a couple of times, chatting with my friends, I've always said, jokingly, I go like, I don't work for NBC. I'm working for the Ministry of Information under NBC. You understand? So that kind of thinking, in a way, I think it gives me a little of timan tabangono. So I have to be cautious of what you say, what not to say, what to play, what not to play. It's not easy to work for a public broadcaster. Trust me. You have to be very careful with everything. Yeah, sure.
Have there been instances where there's I think NBC has been, especially in the past, been known for, there's been a lot of criticism that it comes about Uri is very sided, very one-sided.
Yeah, sure.
Has there been a time when you're presenting on air and people don't really want to listen to your content because they feel that notion in their head, they're one-sided? Has anybody ever come up to you and had that conversation?
Maybe I'm lucky because I'm with Radio 2. So Radio 2 is a different station that targets the urban and peri-urban kind of audience. So you rarely kind of hear, say, political kind of programs or contents and whatnot. So no, I haven't come across that kind of a scenario where somebody says, no, you guys are one-sided. No, nah, it hasn't ever happened to me. Yeah, sure.
All right, so what would you say are some of the memorable moments? 11 years is a long time.
Yeah, 11 years is a long time.
Let's have a time. Just take us through what are some of them that are maybe top 5 or top 3.
Top 5 or top 3. Positive or negative? Which one should we start with?
Let's start with the positive.
So we end with the negative?
Or maybe we start with the negative. Okay, let's start with the negative.
Okay, so the negative ones. I think I would even call this one embarrassing moment ever.
No.
Yeah,
we all have those.
One embarrassing moment ever. I think the first one would be, so I'm on radio and then unexpectedly lights go off.
Okay.
Yeah, lights go off. So in my thinking, I'm thinking I'm at home. You understand? I'm thinking I'm at home without recalling that it's NBC. We always have right there and then backup generators. We don't go off air.
Yeah.
You understand? So I'm on radio, lights go off like 10 seconds. That we are still on air, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I leave my microphone off. I'm like,
no. That went on air.
That went on air. I'm like, okay, so a friend of mine, this girl's like,
oh man.
So he's pointing at my microphone and keeping me on air. That was really embarrassing. It actually de-stepped my whole shift. It was really, really embarrassing. I think I was just like, 2 years into the game? 2 years, somewhere 2015 and whatnot.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was at night. If we were in the afternoon, it was something else altogether. Another one would be the fact that, okay, so with Radio 2, you do different shifts. You can that time you'd come at midnight, 8 in the morning, 12 noon and whatnot. So with my confidence, I'm going to do lunchtime listening. And then I regularly say, this is Radio 2 FM and our time is midnight with my confidence. The librarian comes, says, King, you just said midnight. So what we thought is, you know what? The listener is always right. Your mind can tell you something, but what your mouth speaks is something. So I knew I messed up as well. Deep down, I'm like, you shouldn't have told me.
Yeah.
This is lunchtime listening, and I just said midnight. It was just one of those.
Maybe you wanted to say midday.
Yeah, I wanted to say midday, and I say midnight.
Yeah.
I think those would actually be the two exciting moments. Ooh, what would it be? I think when I had Zani Chalet on Sunset Drive.
Okay.
She had just been nominated for the Afrima Awards for the first time.
Okay.
Somewhere 2016. Yeah, for me it was a milestone for me. Honestly, that time it wasn't easy. You know, she had just had that hit song, Single Tonight with Pato Ranking and whatnot. Coming through on Drive Time, it was one exciting moment for me. I looked at myself, I'm like, no, I'm not all that big in the game. And having an artist like this one, it's not all that easy.
Yeah.
It's not all that easy.
For them to even reply your message.
Exactly. And I was lucky because I think she was already in Blantyre.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was already in Blantyre. So yeah, she came through for something. That's where my promo came through anyway. I have got a promo which she did. Yeah. That was the day she did that promo as well. And I think one other exciting and never forgettable moment for me when I was actually, I think, on radio, I think is when Mom texted.
Really?
Yeah, Mom texted. So I played, I think, a very old song. I think it was who it is? It should be Don Williams and whatnot.
Yeah. And
I had a picture. She had friends around.
Yeah.
And she texted. She's like, "Son, that's a great song." That one
that's
really,
amazing.
Honestly, that was really. It was really amazing.
Yeah.
I wish I kept that message anyway.
I wish shots of my mom's messages.
Yeah, I wish I kept. It was really. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
It came through. I'm like, wow. I even said, "Hey, Mom, just texted on air." It was really exciting. You know, much as you get the love and support from home, but to regularly get that kind of a message whilst doing transmission, it made me feel good. I think those are my top moments ever.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so just tell me how it is for the men. I know for women, sometimes we meet in circles, especially women in media.
Yeah, exactly.
Meet in circles. And do you have any men in media?
Nah.
Why?
unless I don't know about it. But I've heard of women in media.
Because there are times when we actually go out.
Yeah, exactly.
Aerobics.
Yeah, I've seen a couple. In a way, I've been jealous. I'm like, why are you guys not involving men, man? We're all in the media. What's wrong with your girls and ladies? But I do understand. I think, ladies, you also need some time to focus, direct one another and whatnot. But for men, honestly, we do not have like an association of men in media. But I'll tell you, the network is good.
Yeah.
Believe you me, the network is good. No disrespect to your ladies, but trust me, your ladies can meet up with whatnot. But your ladies got a whole lot more hatred as compared to me.
Yeah.
If I were like to go to say to an event and I come across say my friends or guys from Times, Zodiac, trust me, the interaction would be like we've met before.
Yeah.
You get it? So our interaction is usually.
So you've noticed the interaction between ladies from different media?
Yeah, I've noticed this.
Yeah. It's a friction.
It's a little, in a way. Sometimes, yes. Yeah. So we just pay attention to that. But for we guys, it's good. Literally, I would call, say, another guy from Times or Joy or say Mitch or Zodiac. Bro, I'm so. I do Zagujagu. I'm looking for Zagujagu. Believe you me, they'll send it to me. They'll give it to me. It's not a hassle. Yeah. I don't know how so easy it is with your ladies. But with us, I think it's so easy. Even when it comes to events, we easily connected. So I find it so easy that way.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you're not only a DJ on radio, you're also an MC.
Yeah.
How did you actually manage to get into MCing? What was it that motivated you? And what was your first event that made you think, you know what?
That I hosted. Talking about, I think, hosting of events and whatnot, it all goes back to, like I said, I think most of these things, you don't start when you're a fully grown adult. I think you go way back. It's always been in me. Like, before I even joined Radio 2, I had been a youth chair for my cottage, Napel Medicals, for like 3 years, 2010 to 2013. I had always been even part of youth programs at church, even at college level. debates in school and whatnot. So I think the public speaking thing has always been something that maybe I had been passionate about and whatnot. Yeah, maybe that has been the drive. And talking about first event, wow, it was a garden wedding.
Okay.
I hosted a garden wedding. And the first time I was approached to host like a wedding, I said, no, I'm going to be the Toastmaster. I didn't just see myself being in a position to go through the program and know how to direct the event to the end. But I had been approached by a couple of people. I don't know, maybe they were seeing it in me. I wasn't just in a position to see it. A friend of mine once approached me. I said, no, I cannot do that. Another friend did. I'm like, okay, let me be your Toastmaster. Yeah. And I toasted. And from there, another friend saw me. He's like, no, you're going to host my wedding. Yeah, I had to talk to the late Hope Chisan at that time. Yeah. May his soul rest in peace. I'm like, okay, I've been given this task. How do you go about it? He used to be one of the MCs that time. Yeah. So he directed me, okay, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. It wasn't all that easy, but yeah, I got a couple of compliments, like, okay, you did good. And that's how we rode to where I am today. Yeah, sure. I think the only challenge comes to being in a position to know that, okay, I'm hosting a corporate event, I'm hosting a music show, I'm hosting a wedding. It's different people
that you have to bring out
your approach, audience is different. So that's where the challenge comes. But at the end of it all, it's been a good journey. Yeah, it's been a good journey.
Okay, so you've mentioned that you obviously interact in different circles as an MC.
Yeah, sure.
And one thing that's very, very popular right now is how a lot of radio media personnel are drifting into being an MC. And I remember reading somewhere saying not all media people should be MCs.
Yeah, true.
Would you say that you agree with that?
I do agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree. It's like not everybody who watches football can be a soccer analyst. You understand? Yeah. The very same thing when it comes to media, I would say not everybody who is working for NBC can be on radio. Not everybody who works for NBC can read news. Some are good at script writing. Some are good producers. Some are good editors. So it all goes down to knowing exactly where your strength is. You understand? Most of the things, I even believe you have had people or friends who have said, like, okay, I want to be on radio like you. But deep down, no, you cannot make it. And your instinct is always right. You understand? Why? Because you've been there for some time. You understand? I've had scenarios where people have gone like, you should teach me how to be an MC. It's
something that you can teach now, is it?
You get it. It has to be in you. It's like somebody says, teach me how to play soccer. You can't start teaching somebody how to play soccer at 18. You get it starts from afar. Yeah. You get it.
It's like something that's a root.
It's a root in you. If anything, I would agree with somebody willing to get their skill sharpened, right? Because I've seen people who are like already good with public speaking, but the problem is just how to adjust. Okay, this time I'm doing a corporate event. This time I'm hosting an engagement. Okay, this is an event where there are a lot more youth. This time I'm addressing people in the religious sector. There is a difference. You have to, your tone, everything. At this moment, how do I present myself? I'm at a party. How do I? All those things. Even you, when you're on radio, the kind of music you'd play, say at 8 in the morning, is not the kind of music you're going to play at 12 in the afternoon. Yeah. Because your mind is telling you, okay, this person is listening, this person is not listening. So if somebody says, help me how to sharpen, I would understand. But if somebody says, teach me how to do this, it's a big problem. Yeah, I think it's a challenge. Yeah, sure.
All right, so we're going to be right back after the break. And remember, we're here with DJ Love himself. Kingsley is with us. Don't go anywhere.
Ondigonda mandigonda aliya wanu niliguno kunkuno ine niliguno kunogo. Yeah man, this is Sanbi, otherwise known as Wonjo. You're watching Craft House TV. Stay tuned. Niliguno kunkuno ine niliguno kunogo. Ompeteta amandigonda aliya wanu niliguno kunkuno ine niliguno kunogo.
welcome back. And as earlier mentioned, we're here with DJ Love Kingsley. Dila is with us today in the house. Welcome back again.
Thank you.
All right, so we're still continuing with our chat.
Uh-huh.
There's so much that we've unpacked already about you. But DJ Love,
Yeah.
why are you DJ Love?
That question though.
Hey, did you see that face? Did you see that face? Okay, why are you DJ
So
Love?
okay, I'll be honest with you.
Uh-huh.
It's a question that I get a couple more times because joining radio, like I said back then, I wasn't known as DJ Love. I had a very funny name. Right? Even mentioning, I don't even know what I was calling myself. I used to call myself the PAX DJ. I don't even know what. I don't even know.
PAX.
Okay, it's let me take it back. I trace back to secondary school days where was it history or what's this? Bible knowledge. Pax Romans.
Pax Romana.
Yeah, so Pax Romana.
Mhm.
So my teacher's like, okay, Pax meant peace.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be the peace DJ.
Oh.
That was how I got it.
Okay.
But about 3 years, 2016, honestly, I have one friend of mine who is really blunt and honest with me. This guy comes to me, he's like, bro, you got a whack radio name. I'm like, shit, I've never come across it. He really like told me, I said, your radio name is whack.
Mm.
He's like, bro, you need a name that is catchy. You understand?
Mhm.
It hurt. Honestly, it hurt. It really hurt. And believe you me, I took a year. All I was doing was Kingsley Dilla. I simply mentioned Kingsley. I had promos of that particular nickname. I deleted.
Wow.
And I kept thinking. Until one day,
Mhm.
so we are at church. I go to St. Columba. So we are in church, English service. And then the preacher at that time is like, the greatest commandment of them all is love.
Mm.
When you need to love yourself first. And then you are in a position to... It was all about love and everything.
Mm.
And I don't know from nowhere. I'm like, did you love? Love is... Okay. I just...
preaching and you're mentioning.
I'm in church. You can imagine, I'm in church. And then I'm like, did you love? Love is everything. Love is everything. I went home. I usually shared with my sister most of the things.
Mm.
And this is like, I said, I'll be DJ Love. And I'm like, really?
Nah.
No. Why?
So she had the notion that it
Yeah.
was about women.
Yeah, it was about women. I'm like, no, I just think love will be easy to relate to.
Mhm.
I think it's a catchy name and whatnot.
Mm.
No, okay. Then I went on. I was really nervous to mention that name on
Yeah.
radio. I went the first day. I didn't mention it. The
Mm.
second day, I didn't mention it. Then this other day, I'm like, you know what? I can't just do this anymore. Started.
Mm.
And I remember that day I was doing breakfast show when I started doing that, mentioning that name. I never mentioned my real name unless at the moment I was reading the briefs at 6:30.
Mm.
All the show I mentioned DJ Love. And with time, the name kept growing. And I remember Joy at one point said, I like the way you switched. He actually said, I like the way you switched. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And that was it.
Mm.
And on a serious note, there is nothing attached to it.
Okay.
I was just looking for a name that can be easily related to by the audience. And of course, something that wouldn't cause a lot more confusion. That's how it came in.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right, that's quite interesting.
Yeah, sure.
In church, an epiphany in church.
Yeah, but thanks to my guy who criticized. This guy, she really made me feel bad.
Yeah.
He literally told me, you got a whack name. I'm like, and he was drunk, yeah?
Mm.
You know how people speak the truth
When they're drunk. Yeah.
Because he'd been my friend for so long.
Yeah.
But this particular day, he's like, I said, you got a whack radio name. I'm like,
Ouch.
really?
But it's
yeah.
a good thing that he did.
Yeah, so it took me a year to switch to a different name altogether. So yeah, the comedy of DJ Love.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
All right, fast forward, DJ Love,
Uh-huh.
you're in this game. You're quite popular now. Very
Yeah.
popular MC, popular radio,
Mhm.
a DJ. And one thing that a lot of people like to mention is how a lot of men, especially in the industry,
Yeah,
like to use this to their advantage. Like it gives in some room for promiscuity.
What
do you think about that?
So you were waiting for this time to ask me this question. Yeah, it's how do I put this? I would say the
Are
entertainment
you
industry.
sharing love?
Get out of here. It's something that you cannot run away from.
Mhm.
Because at the end of it all, women will always be there. If you're a guy who has got a name in the industry, women will always be there. If you're a woman or a lady in the industry that you've got a name, men will always be there. People would always want to be associated with good things. You cannot run away from that. I, for one, would also want to be associated with somebody big out there. We all looking forward to going up. We're all looking forward to making it big out there. You understand? But at the end of it all is one question you always have to ask yourself is, for how long are you going to do this? Okay, what else are you going to achieve if you keep on doing that? You understand? You just have to know how to control yourself. Women have always been there. They'll be here. They'll always be there. I was reading a post that reminds me just this morning on Facebook.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote, my fellow youngsters, before you get married, travel. You understand? And he goes like, go to South, go to Tanzania, go to Zambia, appreciate the women and come back here before you make a decision to marry. You understand? What he was referring to, beautiful women are always there. You understand? If I say, okay, I've made a decision to end up with this woman or to date this woman, it's not like I'm not going to meet another cute woman. I go to an event, there'll always be cute women. Let's face it, you women are doing good and they're looking cute nowadays. You go to weddings, events, clubs, and what. We cannot run away from the fact. Women are really looking good. Us guys, I don't know, maybe because of the population issue, we don't really care. I would be in my pants, same pants, even for 3-4 days. I'll just change my top and whatnot. I don't care. You can't do this very same pants for 3 days. You want to look unique. You understand? So beautiful women or cute women, you are going to always meet them. You're going to always come across them. Some will always hit your inbox. You understand? But it all goes down to how your mentality. You understand? How do you want to live your life? You understand? You know, I'm going to tackle the issue of promiscuity that you made mention of. Let's not run away from the fact that, okay, fact is, if you're positive, you're positive. Let's not run away from the fact that. Iwewe wenega buzima bimakwara ufune usatani ubere ozikia bikini even ijayo. So if you're promiscuity, keep that in mind. You understand? Unjoy, one day it will hit you back. And believe you me, tena meja isi hapo. You understand? Because ima figure bentawi to be mankwala ama figure bad. Now also adani, especially if you're not taking care of yourself. I mean, if you know that you're positive in the street, drinking, smoking, womanizing, I mean, what do you expect? You understand? So yeah, there is always that kind of what do I say? A myth. Let me put it that way. And it's not only for people in the media. Even if you talk of footballers, actors, actresses, and whatnot. But at the end of it, I think it all goes down to how are you handling yourself. It will always be there.
Yeah.
You're so fine, guys hit you up.
What? I know. We're not here about me right now.
I know guys hit you up. I know guys hit you up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Even like now, people watching are like, I want to hit Lucy. I want to hit. You are the guy. Guys will do that, and women will always do that. But it all goes down to how are you going to handle that.
Yeah.
I think that's my take.
All right. It's quite interesting there. All right. So, who is it that you actually look at in the media and? Let's say maybe you say that this guy's really good at their stuff.
I'm gonna say if you are in the media and you've been trusted by the bosses to work for that particular media house, then I know that you are capable. But as an individual, there are always people that you look at and you go like, oh my word, this person is something else altogether.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at how many. I'm gonna go different sides because I also read news and I'm also a radio presenter. So I'll look at me being on radio as a presenter or a DJ, and then me reading news.
Yeah.
When it comes to radio presentation, I've been inspired lately. People I look at and go like, oh my word, there is something about this person. Is this the very same microphone I use? I think it's Joy and Ephraim.
Yeah?
Yeah. You listen to Joy, he will make you think it's easy to be on radio. You listen to Ephraim, he will make you think you can open the microphone anytime. I don't know if you listen. Ephraim will be speaking as if anytime you open the microphone, you've got something to say.
Yeah.
Joy has got this slow pace of speaking on radio, and then you go like, Until you go there, you're like, hey, guys, this is my kind of Tuesday. You understand? Let's go to the news side. To the news side, I've got too much respect for Frank Capesa. Frank he's something else.
Yeah.
Frank and I think on the women's side, Jane Gogodas. Yeah, I think these two. Jane and Frank, Jane Gogodas and Frank. These are people who they'll sit on the seat and then you go like, oh my word, is this the very same seat I sit? Oh, do you get the point?
It's like a holy grail.
It's like they already knew what they were going to say when they're going to read the news and everything. Yeah, so these people they really inspire me and they keep me going, honestly. Every time I'm watching or listening to them, I really appreciate them.
All right, you've mentioned that especially among women, there's a sense of competition amongst women when they meet up, or maybe there's some kind of friction that goes on. Would you say that you would rather learn from an experience with your fellow men? How do you actually view it when you're actually around your fellow men
in the media?
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm the kind of person who my way of living is there isn't another DJ Love. It's me. There will never be another JR. It's you. You understand? So much as I would want to copy or be like, say, a certain person out there, it's not going to work. People will always trace, this is not you.
Yeah.
You understand? The best you can do is learn from them and maybe capitalize on them. You understand? I was talking about E and Joy and whatnot. You know what I learned from them when I asked? They read a lot. You understand? Those people read a lot, watch a lot, and whatnot. So you can't copy nobody. In a way, I would say that when I'm around my fellow media personnel, men or guys and whatnot, all I have to do is to learn from them. You understand? Nobody's a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
You might think you're there until you meet somebody who is also another level altogether. You know, there are people who are far much more better than you and me. It's just that they haven't just been given an opportunity to showcase their skill. You understand? Yeah. It's up until somebody's been given the very same opportunity that you have, then you realize, oh my word, you get it. Eh? So nobody is top there. There will always be somebody better than you. Yeah. It's just that they just don't have the opportunity to showcase their skill. You understand? So yeah, I think that's how I view it when I'm around my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So earlier on, you actually mentioned about how media in the country is somehow going down.
Yeah, sure.
And looking back to one of the media houses that was quite popular in the day, that was 101.
Yeah.
It was pretty much in competition, I would say, with NBC back then until it actually died down. But do you think that maybe the dying down of 101 kind of left room to for you guys to now penetrate the media industry?
How do I put this? I would say they were a driving force. They were a driving force because you know, when you have competition, it gives you the hunger.
Yeah.
You understand? It gives you the hunger. It's like in football. Say you're a striker. You know, you are a top-notch striker for a particular team, and your coach brings another striker. That's an indirect message, non-verbal communication that, you know what, I'm bringing competition for you. So if your coach is bringing competition, it's because he feels you might be losing your touch, or better yet, maybe you're becoming big-headed. You know, so they're bringing in somebody to let you know that, you know what, with or without you, we can also do this. So honestly, 101 was a great competitor. Honestly, I'll give you an example. I remember around 2016, 2017, 2018, 101 drive time, they had Tony Friday and Vida. Vida now in Ireland. V Brown, Vida, you get? I'll tell you, that time, that time at Radio TFM, we had specified who was doing drive time when. So Monday it was Ephraim, Tuesday it was Coco. I was doing midweek sunset drive, and I called it bumper to bumper. I missed that anyway. Thursday it was Joy, the old school, and Mike was coming every Friday. I tell you, it was
great chain of
it was
there.
And it all came through because we had them.
Yeah.
You understand? We had to counter, you understand? And believe you me, You sit down on a Monday, you listen to what? Coco. I mean, Ephraim, you go like, oh my word. You understand? And then Tuesday you listen to Coco. Oh my word. My guys who always got my bars out. You don't want to go there and do work. You understand?
Yeah.
At the same time, you got Tony Friday. You got V101. These guys are a private radio. They're open-minded. We're parastatal. I mean, we're government controlled.
Yeah.
What we have to say is a little control. Now you have to listen to them. What are they saying? And what can I bring on my show? Excuse me. That will make me be at par with them or better yet with them.
Yeah.
So I would say they had great positive impact on how we performed as a radio too. And believe you me, they are dying out. I think it really demotivated us.
Really?
Competition is good. I'll be honest with you. Competition is good. Because even if I were
do you feel that there's no competition right now then?
Absolutely.
Really?
Honestly.
That's
Okay,
interesting.
I'll give you an example. The
I'm
most
listening,
listened to
Kingsley.
urban show right now is Made on Monday.
Uh-huh.
We have no competition for Made on Monday.
Uh-huh.
You understand? We have no competition for Made on Monday. The only love talk show happening on radio stations in the country is Love on Radio 2 FM every Sunday. I do it with Mama. We have no radio station is doing that. So believe me, we don't have competition. So if competition was there, I think we would have actually more than up our game.
Yeah.
I think we can even do better. We would more than up our game to the most. So I think in the dying out of 101, really, because if you remember 101, not only were they good with their programming, they took it to the streets. They had bashers, you know, the beginning of outdoor events, 31st Bash with Kazbek. 101 was always behind. Every entertaining activity happening in Malawi, 101 was there.
Yeah.
They were everywhere. You understand? I would say that's how maybe Mibawa is doing now. Mibawa is doing good. They are finding themselves in most entertaining entertainment kind of events. You get 101 was like that. If people knew about Mabashi, Jan, it was 101. You know, taking the DJs to the streets, it was 101.
True.
We were not doing that. You understand? So yeah, I think they're dying out. Kind of put down competition in a way.
Okay.
That's what I would say.
All right.
Yeah.
So stepping away from media, you as Kingsley, what is it that you do on the side apart from hosting events? So you're not behind the mic, you're not hosting events. What is it that you're passionate about that you're running on the side as well?
As my free time or something that I'm doing as well as
I don't know, something like CSR on your own.
on my own.
Yeah.
You would actually, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm an indoors person.
Are you now?
Yeah. I'm an indoors person and I love my sleep.
Okay.
If I have time to sleep, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
sleep.
take
If I have time to sleep,
Yeah.
I'll sleep. And it's funny how when I have that kind of time, I even don't want to listen to radio. I don't want to listen to radio. If anything, then I'm maybe checking out a series. Yeah. I've also switched to audiobooks now. Yeah. There's a friend of mine introduced me to that. And they're really
Is it
good.
really nice?
Sorry?
The audiobooks.
Yeah. I'm growing into it now. It's something that I wasn't doing, but I'm growing so much passion for it. I've got a couple and it's working out for me. Yeah, so honestly, if I'm not hosting an event, I'm not at a wedding, I'm not on radio, I'm not on TV reading news, I just want something different. I just want something different that is not to do with my work. Or better yet, maybe there is a good game that I have to watch with my friends. When it comes to watching football, I'm not going to watch alone. I just want that debate with my friends and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So you mentioned earlier that you've been interacting with people that are doing studying journalism.
Yeah, sure.
And you mentioned that they barely have any interest to know and just learn about what is happening, especially in society or current affairs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
If you were given the opportunity to let's say, go to UBAS or Midge to have a talk, you as someone that's been in the industry for 11 years, would you actually go there and give them some pointers, or would you just rather let them go and figure it out themselves that, you know what you're doing here, you're wasting your time, go and learn the trade?
Because of how it hurts, I would take a chance to give them pointers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would take a chance to give them pointers because the biggest one, or maybe first of all, would be the fact that you need to be passionate about it. You need to be passionate. Minus passion, I think you cannot do it. You have to be it's funny how people think everybody who is on radio or TV has done journalism. People think if you do journalism, then you end up on radio, you end up on TV. No, there is more to that.
Yeah.
You understand? There is more to that. So you need to be passionate about it. In addition to passion, and when you add the qualification, then you understand that, oh my word, I think I'm in a position to do what I love. Because if you look at the media, say in Malawi, the passion comes in the sense that you don't have to wait for your bosses to tell you that go look for a story. You know, they don't have to give you story ideas all the time. You, as a media person, you need to pay attention to what is happening. Pay attention. What is happening? Okay, what's happening this weekend on the entertainment front? Okay, good. All right. What does say? Let's say the minister addressed. What are they saying? How is this impacting on the public, society at large? How can I develop a story out of this? You understand? You're walking in the streets. Okay, there are no lights. What is city council doing? You are a media person. You're always paying attention. Environment. Okay. The city has actually put the bins in the market cities, the markets in the cities and whatnot. Are people really abiding to that? If not, what is not happening? You understand? That's how you're supposed to think. But you find somebody goes to work all the way is a story idea. No. It's not gonna find you. That's why when you it's not gonna fall on you. You look for it. You go look for it. And you know, with Malawi as a media personnel, you make your name on your own. If you want to make a name, you will make a name. If you don't want, you can do 10 years without making a name. You just have to be passionate about it. You can choose a side. Personally, I'm so much into youth development activities. Most stories I would do, they are youth related. Most programs I do, they are youth related. I've got a program called Youth and Environment. It airs every Sunday. It focuses on what role are the youth playing in conserving the environment in Malawi. I also have a program called Youth Link. This one, I deal with secondary school students. I want to hear from them, their take on sexual reproductive health services, challenges they face on a day-to-day basis. So I've chosen to focus on the youth development activities. That's my area. You get. So you can choose a particular area as a media person to say, I'm going to be known for this. It works out.
So what has been the response since the inception of the youth-friendly programs regarding the environment as well?
It's been good, and it's opened opportunities for your information. I've taken advantage of that being with NBC, which is government. I've had people from the ministry listen to such programs. It's opened opportunities. I found myself traveling to districts across the country, recording the youth, because my take has always been, I can't do youth and environment or youth link with just students, or better yet, the youth from Blantyre, and then we're not representing. So I've traveled. I've been to different places. Why? Somebody at the ministry listened. They said, I think this program has got an impact. So you meet different young, and you would be shocked how the youth are very excited. Say, I'm from Blantyre, I go say to Chiti, Banzimba, meet them, and then weeks later they listen to their program on radio. It's very, very motivating for them. You go around the districts, you'll be shocked what the youth are doing. The youth have clubs, the youth have organizations that they're doing a lot more things. They just need to be exposed. So that's my area when it comes to say anything other than DJing or hosting an event, or maybe if I'm not sleeping at home. I want to do youth development programs. Yeah, sure.
All right, so moving forward, what do you see the Malawian media looking like? From the way it is now.
From the way it is now, I'll be honest, we got a problem.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest. We got a problem. If there is not going to be a quick move towards control, regulation, we'll have a big problem. Because, like I say,
regulation in what terms? The influx of radios, or
I think it also it's a big thing. It's a big thing. I'll go back to the fact that, remember, people take what they hear on radio as gospel truth. You understand? So whatever your mouth speaks, when it goes through that microphone, that's why they will tell you that a liar must have a good memory. You get? If I'm lying to you it's gospel truth. But because I'm lying, one day I'll come with a different story. You understand? They're gonna, King, you said, because I was lying. You understand? So I think if there isn't gonna be a control in terms of who do we trust to go on radio, who do we trust to actually publish a story? We have a big problem.
Yeah.
You would agree with me how so recently the month of June has been a very terrible month.
Yeah.
You understand? We lost the vice president and 8 others. You know how everybody wanted to look so intelligent on social media. But we all know not everybody was making sense.
Yeah.
How so confused did people get with that kind of information? You understand?
Yeah.
You go to countries like China, South Korea, you don't just write that kind of thing on social media. You understand? So we need to, not only social media, even media houses, we need to control. Because without control, it's a recipe for disaster.
You mentioned social media.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of citizen journalism that's going around.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that that's also something that's going to negatively impact the traditional media that we have right now?
In 2 ways. In a way, it's a positive thing. It's a positive thing because not everybody will end up being employed by a media house. Like I said, if you're passionate about a particular industry or sector or field area, you can capitalize on that and write and make a name. I know of a guy who writes nothing but environmental issues as well on social media. He is good. And he's got points. You read his posts, you go like, he does his research.
Yeah.
You understand? So much as he is not employed, but he's got that impact on the environmental front. You understand? The negative part comes through when you just want to be known or seen that you're writing something.
Yeah.
You lose nothing by just reading other people's posts.
Yeah.
As compared to commenting, wanting to look like you know things. You understand? So the negative part comes in because the people now have tainted so much onto social media as compared to traditional media. It's sad. I'll tell you one thing. You know, it's in Malawi where people think radio is dying. You know that?
Yeah.
It's in Malawi where people think radio is dying because if you go just Zambia, South Africa, Zimbabwe, you would be shocked how big radio is. You would be shocked how big radio is.
Man.
So here, people have turned to social media as the source of gospel truth. You understand? Which is a problem. Because, I've always argued, if social media was the best as compared to traditional media, BBC should have closed. CNN should have closed. Yeah? Those people should have closed. Al Jazeera should have closed. You get? So they use social media as a platform for people to also capitalize on what they missed, say, if they were home or maybe they were working whilst the news was broadcast. You understand? But here in our country, the problem is, I think, the regulation. We need to control who writes what. Do they really have the information and everything? You know, social media, if not careful, it can even cause chaos. It can even cause chaos because people really, this is true. You understand?
There's the aspect as well of free speech that
free
is
speech
attached to this. And do you think that the free speech is also something that hinders the regulation part as well, for them to actually pounce on people that are coming in, because we have some free speech at the end of the day?
Okay, I'm gonna answer this quickly, relating to an example. Okay, a scenario that just happened 3-4 days ago. This is how sad it is. You know, some guy got arrested 3-4 days ago. So there is a picture of a certain lady, you know, that surfaced on social media. She's a Malawian based in Nigeria. You understand? So this guy happened to work for a particular hotel where that lady had her wedding before she left for Nigeria.
Okay.
And then this guy comments like, you understand? This is somebody who cleared everything. By the time this guy is writing this, he had left that hotel. He's working for another hotel. You know how bad it is? This girl goes like, you know what? My reputation has been damaged. I'm going to trace this person.
Yeah.
So they screenshot, traced him, and he was arrested. You know? So lucky enough, the lady says, I don't want him to be charged and everything. I just want him to learn. And they were shown the laws. The problem is people don't understand the law.
The laws, yeah.
You know, you can't just write something bad about something
Because you have
else
a bundle.
because you got a bundle.
Free speech in your head.
And you know, it goes to a maximum of 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
5 million cash to pay. That's how bad it is, you understand?
Right.
So the problem is, free speech aside, yes, but you don't attack nobody. There is a better way of writing something without mentioning somebody. Let people judge.
Yeah.
You understand? Let people judge. You do the same,
like
or maybe
it to people's
imagination.
Yeah.
I do the same.
But isn't that misleading a bit, though?
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because you're not the final person to judge. Let them judge. There are times I'll be on radio. I'll go like, okay, how do I comment on this particular thing? People ask you crazy questions when you're on radio. Yeah, so you have to balance when you're responding to the questions. You know, knowing that, okay, at the end of it all, I'm working for government. I also have an audience that I'm serving.
Yes.
So you always have to balance. Unfortunately, with the fact that there is what we call free speech, people will just speak without knowing they need to balance what to say and what not to say. You can actually end up causing stress into an individual that you do not know. You know, I was told of a story of how somebody, they were so disappointed when people commented on their picture.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
People commented on a picture of them as ladies in the studio.
Yeah.
You understand? So it disturbed them.
Yeah.
That's also bad. But these people don't care. They'll just go like in a ball and but it's really bad. Sure.
All right, so we're headed towards the election period.
Yeah, sure.
The country is going towards elections. Everybody's busy. But one thing that's going around is among the youth, there's a lot of voter apathy. Do you think that as media, we're doing enough to reel back in the youth to say, you know what, you also get to have a say in the way the elections actually turn out? Do you think that we're doing enough for
the problem is, okay, in the first place, I think we're not doing enough. We speak too much on social media, but we don't do the action. That's a problem with Malawi. We'll speak on social media, but we don't do the action. So much as people write on social media, okay, let's do this, let's do that, and whatnot, believe you me, the turnout will still be low. The turnout will still be low. You get, because we are good at saying, okay, let's do this, okay, let's make sure we vote and whatnot, but are we really going to vote? You understand? So that's the problem right there, for sure.
All right, so moving forward, as Kingsley, as DJ Love, what should people be expecting towards the end of the year? I know that you're a busy guy.
Yo. Towards the end of the year, quite a number of events coming through, some of which I'll not mention as of now until confirmed. Let me put it that way. But there are quite a number of events that I'm supposed to host, especially in December. There is, a big event coming through. Just have to finalize a few things. I'll be part of that event. Okay. And probably in August, this is July. October, there is another great event, all DJs event coming through as well.
You're holding back, but I understand.
Yeah, it's an all DJs event. It's gonna be big because it's gonna break through an international DJ as well. Okay. So that's another thing where DJs are also trying their level best to come together, where they can organize events and whatnot. That's another thing that we also have to make mention of. And it's coming ahead. That's all I can say.
All right, and
sure.
I really appreciate you coming through.
You're so welcome.
It's definitely been a pleasure to know who DJ Love is, who Kingsley is, the MC, the DJ. Definitely looking forward to most of the projects that have. And
thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
That was our guest today for Who Is Kingsley Dila, aka DJ Love, popularly known and loved by the name DJ Love. Coming your way next is a performance coming in from Finah, and this one is called Taken.
Bro, be it. You're watching Craft House TV, the game changer.
www.goldencitytower.com. Tell me say you the one. Oh yeah. Young Finah.
Okay.
Dinalinde kamuja mujango. Ankadi dumba bamba ngati jingo. Inali desert mufuse lango. Inali hata mdedi naona zilango. Mami wa kuyesa kusamba uchena komosa mupeza. Mami wa kuyesa kusala pili kukwela komosa mupeza. Uchi wina wanitola pano mahopo ni mbwembwembwe. akumaimba mafoni masana madzulo mpaka mbembembe. Unalikutiwe ntawi yonse, unalikutiwe ukufuna chani. Ndi mwinine, I'm already taken me. 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 Why do you want to come maimba mafoni? Kazi wa mwini kumamuchula hane. Why do you think to come atumiza texti? Linginda vala musandi bange testi. Wena tizicheza mamalile musamasuke kwa mbili. Wena ndiyankule mamalile usayankule sambili. Even if you say that you love me, even if you say that you need me, abasi zinga teke numani, magenda gata uluke numani. Unalikutiwe ntawi yonse, unalikutiwe ukufuna chani. Ndi mwinine, I'm already taken me. 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 Au ma green lights sitima waona koma sizingateke. Ma sweet talks ya matipeza tima wajeta blue tick. Au ma green lights sitima waona koma sizingateke. Ma sweet talks ya matipeza tima wajeta blue tick.
www.goldencitytower.com.
Craft House, yeah, ooh, Craft House. You're watching Craft House, yeah, you're watching Craft House. TV at Craft House. My name is Dingalizwe, and you're watching Craft House TV, the game changer.
That was a performance there by Finah inside Hit Zone, and that one's called Taken. It's definitely been a pleasure being with you guys again for Streethouse, so make sure you tune in again next week to find out who is coming into this house. But until then, you've been with me, Lucy JR. Peace.